Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, thanks for clicking. Today we're going to be talking about strategies for using Memoria Press curriculum, specifically second grade in this video, on a budget. So what I'm going to be talking about today is how to do the supplemental science and enrichment and the read aloud books for less. So if you're not familiar with Memoria Press, the way that their curriculum works is you have all of these components to their curriculum. And as you can see, every subject is covered. So you've got science, math, history, grammar, literature, all that stuff. What's not in this picture is the enrichment. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I don't really have any strategies for how to do these things less expensive because it's kind of like you have to just get the curriculum, you have to buy it. But as you can see, they give a substantial discount for the package, and some materials you can reuse with, for several years, like this stuff. But anyway, so when you get the catalog, it looks like this for each grade page. And what we're talking about is stuff that is not included here, which is considered enrichment. So for science and also social studies, to some extent, these are the books that are included, and they're all picture books. And as you can see, this one has like whales, outer space. These are actually mostly science. There is one about Benjamin Franklin. That might be science, though I'm not sure. And then there's a list of all of the books that are included, which you can also purchase separately. But if you buy them as a bundle, they cost $175. So that's the science and enrichment, which is again separate. I know I've said that several different ways now, but this is from the original Memoria Press website. So that has all of the classical Christian content. Then if you go to the charter website, and this is brand new. So this was not here a month ago. This is, they must have just redone this. This is the second grade supplemental science and enrichment set through the charter site. So if you're with the charter and Memoria Press is a vendor, you can purchase this through them. And so I haven't compared the books side by side, but I think that they're exactly the same with the exception, and I don't know why this is. Oops, I just closed my tab, so I can't even show you. The regular Memoria Press site has 2 books about apples, and I don't know why they're not on the charter site. That might be an oversight. It might be intentional. I have no idea. So this is just the science and enrichment, and here it's $151.29, and I accidentally closed the tab, but on the other site it's $175.25. So that's the science and enrichment, and then the other set of picture books that I want to talk about is the read aloud books. Hopefully I won't accidentally close any more tabs today. Okay. So this is similar situation. And by the way, I didn't even know this existed until I watched their video on YouTube, which I'll try and link in the description box. So as with first grade and kindergarten, this is like the literature that you read aloud each week. And this is going to be scheduled in your curriculum manual. These are part of the core. I'm pretty sure these are part of the core like second grade lesson plans, whereas the science and enrichment isn't necessarily. Anyway, so these are all picture books, and then so you see these are the videos that they recently have been coming out with, which are amazing. And here's the books that are included in that. This is through the Memoria Press website. So one thing you may notice, or you may not because I'm quickly scrolling, is there's several Christmas books. So that's the main difference. And then St. Valentine and one about Easter, although I don't know if that one's particularly like a Christian book or if it's just about Easter. I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, so these are the read aloud books for second grade through the Memoria Press original site. And then these are the read aloud books through the charter site. So I was looking about a month ago, and I wanted to purchase, after I found out they existed, the read aloud set and the enrichment books, but I couldn't. The only thing I could find on the charter website was the 2 combined, and it was like 10 books. And there was basically only read aloud scheduled. There was no enrichment book scheduled. So I went ahead and ordered through the original Memoria site the enrichment and second grade lesson plans through the Memoria Press site. And then it must have been a couple of days later, I was back looking on the charter site and this stuff popped up. So I think that this is brand new and was not available before. I could, of course, be wrong and maybe I just couldn't find it. But I do know that the lesson plans for these are not out yet. I did have a couple of emails with the sales office about that, and she said her best guess was in April, after the big curriculum ordering rush, because they have free shipping. If you don't know, Memoria Press runs free shipping in February. This year they extended it through May. Anyway, so these two products, the Read Aloud set and the Science and Enrichment, which I just showed you, the guides are not out for that yet through the charter site. So anyways, as you can see, this is pretty expensive, right? It's $400. The one through Memoria Press regular site is $383, and it comes with all of these books. And the main difference that I could see from quickly looking and comparing the two lists is that there is, both sets have 33 books, and there's 6 titles that are different. So the 5 books that are through the regular Memoria Press site and not on the charter site are Amos and Boris, which I think is part of their character, what's the word? Or actually, that's from a different provider that does character books, but it involves like, what's the word? Character training, whatever. I can't think of the other word. Anyways, so Amos and Boris, The Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey, Saint Valentine, Lucy's Summer, The Easter Egg, and Lucy's Christmas. So those books are for the classical Memoria Press Christian version of second grade read alouds. And then the charter version, the 6 books that are unique to this are The Flying Hockey Stick, A Pair of Red Clogs, which is in a lot of different curriculums. It's really cute. Fables by Arnold Lobel, Winter's Coming, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, The Little Red Lighthouse, and The Great Gray Bridge. So that's the main difference from what I can tell. So if you do the traditional Memoria Press site, those are the books that will be scheduled as the first ones I read. And if you do the charter version, it will be the second set of books I read with the same 27 other books. So 27 books are in common. If you add all of these books together, if you get the Read Aloud set and you get the Supplemental Science and Enrichment set, it's like $600, give or take, maybe, including tax. So what I did is I went onto our library site and I found which books our suburban library system had. It's not a giant system. It's not a tiny system. I have lived in a rural area where our library was very limited, and I ended up just having to purchase things because by the time you account for the cost of driving to the library and getting materials and late fees, which is a big problem for me, it was just more cost effective to order books. So if you don't have a good library system near you and you can't drive to one every month or so, what I would recommend doing is ordering the books as you need them. So when you get your curriculum guide, it'll tell you what weeks you need things. I would just order a couple of books at a time. So that would be my first tip. But if you do have access to a relatively robust library system, request the books. What I did is I requested all of the books, or I searched for all of the books, requested them all so that they would all be at our library, and to make this video, but also so that I know which ones I'll be able to get. So the books that I wasn't able to get, I'm going to show you on Thrift Books so you have an idea of how many. Oh, I just closed my tab. Let me reopen it. That is the problem with a touch screen, right? So I'm reloading that. Going to show you my cart. Okay, so these are the books that I was not able to get from the library, and this is one of those books I was saying the regular site has and the other one does not. And then here's the price, and if you're unfamiliar with thrift books, you get to see the condition of a book. So the best condition would be like new, then very good, then acceptable. So most of these are in good condition, and I was able to find, a good amount of them. And then this is I think. I don't remember if this is a Memoria Press book or unrelated, but these ones definitely are. And then I don't know if this was a book for Memoria Press or not. That one was, this one is, and that one is. So, and then I think there was a couple that were not available anymore. Anyway, so that's about $80 worth of books, and that's for 14 items. So that's less than, $8 per book. Then let's take a look at Amazon, because there was a couple of books that were not available on Thrift Books. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 books that weren't available on Thrift Books, and that is a total of 60. So if I purchased all of those books, it would be $140 total cost versus $700. So you're saving, what is that? $450, something like that. I can't do math on the fly. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, and then the one thing I wanted to point out is this book is a different version than the one Memoria Press has. So this is the book that they have scheduled. I don't know if it's the same, but a different version, but I just wanted to point out, if you are going to purchase books from another site, to just double check and make sure it's the right title. And the other thing I wanted to point out is I compared the price for Amazon and Memoria's prices, and they're almost exactly the same. So what I would do if you were going to do Memoria Press in general is I would just order the handful of books that you need with your order, because you're not really saving money by getting them somewhere else, and you're giving your business to Memoria Press. And then that way, I don't know why this isn't loading, sorry. That way you're giving your business to them and you're not doing any additional shipping. So anyway, let's see if I can get this to reload. Okay, so CD is for Democracy, $7.95, and then if you go here, it's $7.95. So it's exactly the same price here, and then I think it was the same thing for The Emperor's New Clothes. So I checked on Amazon because I know when we were living in a rural area, we were able to get Amazon through the mail. So, but we were also able to get Memoria Press. So you could get it from either place. I'm sure there's other places, I don't know, bookshop.org or whatever, your local favorite business bookshop. But anyway, so the total cost for books I couldn't find is $140. So now I'm going to show you what I was able to get, so you can get a sense of how many books you might be able to get through the library, and also just to show you the books, because that's always exciting. So we have The Thanksgiving Story. This is a very common book in literature-based models. And of course, you don't, if you're doing any program, you don't have to use these books. You can schedule your preferred option, which I often do too. But for the purposes of this video, I just got exactly what it said on the list. So that's what these books are. And some of them I was surprised our library had, but I think I said in the other video, a lot of these books are older, and libraries tend to have older books. So sometimes you can actually find these obscure things. This one, there's a million versions of this book. So you want to make sure that you get the right version, because a couple of different ones came up for me. And this is clearly one of the science options, or the science books. And The Boy Who Drew Birds. It's, I think, about Audubon. Yeah. And then Gail Gibbons. I think this one might be scheduled in kindergarten or first grade, and it's a duplicate. So if you have done those or purchased those books, you'd want to double check. Okay. Then Clam I Am, and these are the Dr. Seuss, not written by him, but the Cat in the Hat Learning Library series, which my kids really like. This book was featured in one of the book talks, which I think Tanya was discussing, and that was how I actually found out about that there were these books for second grade. Emily, and again, I'm not showing, that's about Emily Dickinson, it says. I'm not showing the back because it has all the library information, in case you haven't seen my other videos. Apple, so this is one of the ones that was not scheduled in the charter version of science. I don't know why. It doesn't look religious in any way to me, but who knows? Amos and Boris. This, I think, is actually not... This is not what I was thinking. I don't think this one is religious either. Because I think this one was scheduled in another literature-based curriculum that we did. And we have Wee Gillis. And that one is about an orphan in Scotland. Interesting. And then we have One Morning in Maine by McCloskey. Farewell to Shady Glade. And the other thing I wanted to say about, in addition to cost savings, if you are doing literature-based homeschooling and you buy all the books, your house is filled with books to the brim, which of course we love having books, but that's another incidental benefit of using the library. So now I will get my entire second bag of books, and I have something else in here which I will talk about in a second. Let's go collecting, and these are, pretty sure this is the Let's Read and Find Out, although, oh yeah, it says there on the spine. Places You'll Go. I may actually have this one, but I think I just got everything that I could to prove the point of what's available, even if I already had it. Then Benjamin Franklin and the Magic Squares. Oh, that's about math. Picture book of Amelia Earhart. I think this is in a couple of different curriculums too. Maybe even the CMEC. Paul Revere's Ride. Oh, Jan Brett did the Easter egg. I thought it was Gail Gibbons. So this is one of the ones that's not in the charter version, and I'm guessing it's because it has the word Easter in it. But the Jan Brett books typically are not religious or denominational at all, so they may just be trying to avoid, getting flagged for including content about Easter. But I would definitely read this with my kids, even though we're Jewish, because it seems more like a spring kind of a book, rather than having religious content. So that's that. Then The Sky's Full of Stars. St. Valentine. So this one, is clearly has a Christian perspective, but we've read about St. Francis before. If you follow Waldorf education, they cover saints in second grade, so it's really up to you how you approach these topics in your homeschool. The Ant and the Elephant, The Velveteen Rabbit, a classic. Great Migration of Whales. Okay, and then the last couple of books that I have are not second grade. These are fourth grade readers, and so I had gone ahead and purchased, which of course now I can't find, the fourth grade lesson plans, or not fourth grade lesson plans, fourth grade read aloud books. So this is the list from the charter site. I can tell you this book here is about, I think about Christmas, so that one is not in the charter version. And then one of these other ones is not in the charter version either. I don't remember which one. We will not do just those stories. In addition to, I won't really get into it, but if you know anything about this book, you know that we don't use it in our homeschool. It contains at least one racial slur in the story about how the leopard got its spots, so just not for us. The other books, though, I am interested in reading, and I was able to get The Black Stallion, The Wolves of Willoughby Chase, The Reluctant Dragon, and Swallows and Amazons with the different cover. So that's 4 out of, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 9. I think I do still have holds coming, but as of the time of this filming, I was able to get basically almost half. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys, if you, like me, are part of a large family or otherwise trying to stay on a budget for homeschooling, definitely check your local library. Like I said, if you're super rural, see if you have a library system the next county over. We did have that when we were living super rural, so I was able to get access to those branches. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking about for next year. I hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to share any of your tips, or if you have a comment, in the comment box below. Thanks for watching.